My name is James Weish, and I'm a student at Goucher College. I wanted to pose a question that in World War II, the United States bombed both Nagasaki and Hiroshima. So I wanted to pose a question today. If we were in any military conflict with any of the countries that we're having problems with now, like ISIS and maybe even Russia, would the United States go to the lengths of using nuclear weapons again? And here's what students had to say about it. I'm here with my friend Adrian. How are you doing today, buddy?
Great. How about yourself?
Doing good, doing good. So I wanted to pose a question about World War II. Well, first I want to ask you, do you know the history of nuclear weapons, like the use of it during World War II?
Yeah, somewhat.
What? So, of course, you know about like how the war basically ended with the bombing of both Nagasaki and Hiroshima in the war. So my question is, do you think that the United States will ever come to that decision to use nuclear weapons?
I don't think that's really like a feasible option at this point. I mean, if we were to ever come to war against another nuclear power, no, I don't think they would ever be used. That's kind of the beauty of everybody having nukes, is you avoid another world war.
Yeah. So what about with this whole like ISIS thing? Because they may or may not have or the capability of producing nuclear weapons. So like, let's say if we were to go up against them.
I ain't falling for that shit again. We got into Iraq and Afghanistan on that ticket. Like, no, I'm not falling for that one again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the overall, your opinion, you think the do you think there will be any situation that we could possibly be in that you would think, okay, maybe nukes with a nuclear weapon would be the right thing?
No.
All right. Thank you, Adrian, for your time. So I'm here today with Rob Fletcher. Rob, how are you doing?
I'm doing well today. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. So first of all, I want to ask, what you know about the use of nuclear weapons during World War II?
I know when things got too real, they started dropping nuclear bombs. That's what I know.
Fair enough. So I wanted to pose a question. Do you think that the United States, if we were in another military conflict, that we would ever use nuclear weapons again, or like come to the conclusion of using nuclear weapons as like a last resort?
I feel like it's complicated because I feel like if we got to a point where the U.S. military had their backs up against the wall and that was the only solution to win a war, I feel like they would. But in this day and age, we have a lot of I don't know how to. We have a lot of. There would be so much backlash from doing something like that it would really have to be the last resort.
So, at your own personal opinion, do you think nuclear weapons should be used in war, or like if we were in that situation, if the U.S. was back against the wall, do you think you would support it or not?
I honestly don't think that would be my call to make an opinion because I'm not involved in that. You know what I mean? So it's not like something that that's a hard one. It's a really hard question to answer because I feel like people, when your back is against the wall in any situation, you do what you need to do to survive or win, and that goes for everyone in any type of situation. So, I mean, if that's what they felt was necessary, then that's just kind of what we have to accept.
Well, Rob, I want to thank you for your time and have a good day. I'm here today with Dan. Dan, how are you doing?
Good.
Okay, so first of all, I want to ask you, do you know the history of the use of nuclear weapons, specifically in World War II?
I think so, yeah.
So elaborate on it?
Okay. Well, during World War II, there was nuclear arms race, I think. And I think there was Germany to create a bomb that split an atom and they used it in Japan during World War II.
Okay, so I want to pose a question. If the United States was in a situation where they could use a nuclear weapon, and that's like our only way of even winning the war, Or do you think we would make that decision, or make that decision will come down from the president saying, okay, we're going to use nuclear weapons to destroy our enemies?
I can't think of a single wartime decision that was made for democratic purposes.
So do you think if the United States did tell the people we are going to use nuclear weapons against enemy A or B, do you think you would support it or not approve it? And if so or not, explain.
Personally, the American people.
You can do both if you want. So it doesn't really matter. But if you want to do it personally, yes, you can do it personally.
I mean, personally, I wouldn't. I mean, like, what is there context for this? Because I mean, I'm opposed to nuclear weapons, but more. I mean, there were more casualties in the firebombing of Tokyo than there were in the bombs of Hiroshima and Nagasaki combined. So they're terrible, but I feel like it's mostly because of the long-term effect. And also, if you dropped a nuclear bomb in a country, that could lead to mutually assured destruction, global nuclear war. So if it was just one bomb, I don't know I don't know the context, like how desperate is the situation. I wouldn't say that it's something people should use all willy-nilly, or really at all. But I can't speak for circumstances.
So you would be in favor of it. Just it would have to be the perfect circumstance or a certain circumstance that the U.S. would be in that you would say, okay, maybe we would have to use the bombs. I guess.
I mean, I'm not in favor of any war, so no. But if you're in a war and I don't have a say in it, I'd prefer to not die. So if it's if it's me or I wouldn't. I mean, are they going to use nuclear weapons on us first? Am I opposed to nuclear weapons as a whole? Am I opposed to using nuclear weapons, like in general? Because if somebody decides to use nuclear weapons on us, and I'm not saying that we should use them back, but if they're just completely, we have enough. The United States and Russia combined have enough nuclear weapons to destroy the planet. So I don't know where it would end. So if it's just one bomb, which obviously isn't, especially with the development of hydrogen bombs, which are tens of times more powerful than the atom bomb, you could wipe out a city. So I would say the loss of life of the civilian population, because that's what they're used for. You can't destroy a military target unless you're dropping it on boats in the ocean. But I would say that I'm pretty not in favor of it in almost any circumstance. I mean, I can't think of a circumstance where I would be in favor of it, but again, I haven't been there, so I don't know.
Okay. Thank you, Dan, for your input on the subject. Today we've heard a lot of different opinions about the use of nuclear weapons in wartime. And I'm kind of not surprised about how most people feel about it, because we know the risks and the harm of nuclear weapons that can impact whomever we bomb. So I think we may use it one day, we may not, but I think most people will pray that we don't use it again. Well, thank you for watching this video, and I hope you have a good day.